Hi sea fans, I'm Raina and welcome to the relaunch of So You Want to Be a Mermaid. Whether you're looking to become a professional mermaid or simply want to splash around as a recreational mer, you're in the perfect place to get started. Over this past decade, this series has transformed into an incredible resource, so much so that it actually inspired me to publish 3 books. While the advice I shared back then was top-notch for the time, things have evolved very rapidly in our mermaid community. In fact, the mermaid industry has grown by leaps and bounds. I'm here to give you fresh, up-to-date guidance so you can dive in with confidence in 2024. Woo! Before we get into it, remember to like and subscribe and hit the bell so you'll never miss another mermaid adventure. If you've got questions about getting into mermaiding, getting started, or advancing your mermaid skills, leave me a comment or reach out on social media. I'm always here to help, and you might just find your question in a new video. This is part of an old playlist that I had that is 10 years worth of So You Want to Be a Mermaid videos. You can check it out. Some of the information is outdated, but some of it really still holds up, so I hope you'll check it out. Let's talk about the Mermaid Boom and getting started. When I became a mermaid 16 years ago, there was only a handful of us around the world making a living from this magical profession. Back then, tails were hard to come by. Monofins were practically impossible to find, and there wasn't an ounce of professional guidance available. No certification, no formal training, no hints, nothing. Now mermaiding has grown into a global phenomenon, with merfolk communities popping up all over the world and social media. New companies are making beautiful tails and even mermaid roles in TV shows and movies. I used to research how to be a professional mermaid on Mer Network and Mer Yuku, old school forums before we even had Facebook groups. But if you're brand new to this, your first step into the world of mermaiding should be taking a Try Mermaid course through PADI or SSI or other recognized group. These intro courses are the perfect way to get a feel for mermaid life without having to commit too much time or money up front. During the class, you'll get to try a beginner level tail, learn some basic safety skills, and meet like-minded mermaids who are just starting out just like you. Why certification matters? Well, one of the biggest changes in the mermaid world has been the development of official certification programs. Back in my early days, we didn't have any formalized training, which made safety and professionalism a lot harder to achieve. Now, programs like PADI and SSI offer mermaid certification that not only focuses on the fun aspect, but also breath-holding skills, techniques of swimming, and safety. For those of you who think you might become a pro mermaid down the line, I can't stress enough how valuable this certification is. Not only does it improve your skills, but it can also open doors to new opportunities, whether that's performing at an aquarium that might require it, landing events and gigs, and even becoming a mermaid instructor yourself. And yes, even though I've been in the mer world for a very long time, 16 years at the time of this video, I actually took a PADI Advanced Mermaid Certification course because I believe in having that extra layer of training and safety knowledge, and I kind of want to be a good example to other merfolk and put my money where my mouth is. I even actually learned some things that I didn't know how to do, which is wild. Here's a fun fact. PADI's Advanced Mermaid course actually overlaps with some freediving techniques, so you'll learn how to extend your breath-holding capacity and become even more comfortable underwater. This is crucial if you're aiming to perform in underwater shows or just do some photo shoots. Now, while certification is fantastic, it's not available everywhere just yet. If you're in an area where mermaid certification or training isn't accessible or easily accessible, shout out to my fellow Canadians because we have like one instructor who can train instructors. You can look for a mermaid swim school or instructor with good reviews. Be sure to do your research though. Some places might be more focused on profit than actually helping you learn to swim like a mermaid. Look for reviews, talk to former students, and make sure the instructors have a strong swimming and safety background. If you're really serious about leveling up your skills after you do Try Mermaid, don't be afraid to travel to find top-notch instructors or workshops. That's what I have to do. I had to complete part of my certification in Mexico since there are only a few instructors in Canada, but it was absolutely worth it. You might even want to combine it with a mermaid convention or meetup or a freediving course. More on those in a bit. Building your mermaid community. One of the best parts of being a mermaid is the community. Whether you're joining a local pod, yes, that's what we call mermaid groups, or looking to turn your passion into a business, surrounding yourself with other merfolk is incredibly valuable. You'll get tips, support, and friendship from people who truly get the mermaid lifestyle. This is not something I had early on in my career. I had to build my community from the ground up. So if you're someone who lives somewhere where there's not a lot of mermaids, I feel you, but please don't give up. To find your pod, I recommend starting by searching social media for mermaid groups in your city, state, or country. There are so many meetups happening around the world, and the great thing is the mermaid community is super welcoming. Don't be afraid to reach out and attend an event, or even try to organize your own. You might also want to attend a mermaid convention. Yes, there are mermaid conventions. Events like the California Mermaid Convention or even Mermagicon bring mermaids together from all over the world to celebrate, perform, and share knowledge. I try to go to California Mermaid Convention every year. I take workshops, I get photo shoots, I get to swim with other folks just like me. I learn so much. I get to buy cool things too, and I get to travel a bit. It can be expensive, and I know it's not for everyone, so take a look to see if there's something nearby you. It doesn't have to be a big convention. Go to a meetup or a pool. Safety first. One thing I cannot stress enough is safety, especially if you're new to swimming in a tail. It can feel pretty different compared to regular swimming, and if you're not comfortable in the water, it's easy to get into trouble. That's why I always recommend getting professional guidance when starting out, whether through a swim school or a certified mermaid instructor. This is not something I had available to me starting out, and I formed a lot of bad habits in my mermaid tail that led to pain in my hips, knees, and feet, a really impractical kick that needed a lot of fixing when I finally got training. Tails can be heavy, and maneuvering underwater takes practice, so don't feel discouraged if it takes a few tries to get the hang of it. You might even want to take a freediving course. Many of the world's top performing mermaids have freediving skills, which help with underwater breath holding, stamina, and overall confidence in the water. Don't be afraid if you have health things that can limit what you're doing in the water. Make sure you get cleared by a doctor first. However, I have stunted lungs from being born premature. My doctor cleared me, and I can actually hold my breath for almost 3.5 minutes with small lungs. So, if you're ready to take the plunge, the best way to start is by signing up for a Try Mermaid course and linking up with local mermaid community. And don't forget, this is just the beginning. In the next video, I'll be talking about all the different types of mermaid tails available, from beginner tails to custom professional grade silicone options, and how to choose the right tail for you. If you are a professional mermaid instructor, or you run a mermaid swim school, or you run some kind of mermaid professional development program, please drop your links in my comments. Let people know where you are in the world and a link to where they can find your information, and folks who are interested can use my comments. Remember, I'm not necessarily endorsing these folks, but you can check them out. Got a question about mermaiding or something specific you'd like to know? Leave a comment or message me on social media. Your question might be featured in a future video. Thanks for watching this first relaunch of So You Want to Be a Mermaid. Check out the rest of the videos in my playlist for more tips, and hit the links in my description for info on my books, workshops, and how to join my fan group for exclusive updates. I really appreciate when you share my videos. The videos generate ad revenue, which help me pay for making more videos, because it actually costs money to make these things. It also helps me book events and gigs. So when you share my videos, it's like a tip that you can give me without spending any money. I really appreciate when you do it. Best fishes, fans, thank you so much for watching.